Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining the series. This series, we go over all the different entities, all the different people that are part of a real estate transaction. And you have the main ones that are usually the home inspector, usually the termite, not all the time. You have the loan processor, not all the time if you're buying cash. The same thing is said with an electrician. Sometimes you're going to bring an electrician on when the home inspector is looking at something and says, hey, you know what, these outlets are not grounded, or items like that. Now, Synue, can you kind of give us a little insight for times that you've been brought out to properties to kind of assess them?
Yeah, so you brought up a good point about grounding. That's usually one of the main things that we see. Usually a home inspector will come in before someone like myself and have a report laid out for the contractor or contractors or the homeowner, prospective buyer, or whoever. And what I do is I take that itemized and categorized list that the inspector will have, and I'll go into deeper detail as far as the electrical goes. And one of the main things that you usually tend to look for are grounding. Grounding is the main, it's that fine line between life and safety. It's not to say that if your home is older and is not grounded, that it's going to go up in flames or anything like that. It's just there's for new provisions, there's ways to update it per code and have it safe per today's safety standards. So, yeah.
Well, so going into that, you're talking about new standards, new avenues. I know it can be a little bit difficult when you put basically new wiring, pull all new wiring through the house, right? Especially the older homes that maybe they didn't have conduit that you could pull through and they're just kind of free flowing. Now, for most people that are maybe buying VA, FHA, and properties like that, GFCI outlets where they're located near water areas.
Yep.
Now, let's say if the house isn't grounded, would that suffice to if you made all the outlets GFCI use those outlets, or how would that work?
So actually, that is one way that you can get around that, is to put a GFI outlet at the beginning of the circuit for those receptacles, and you would place a GFI. It's not to say that your home is suddenly grounded, but it would allow you to put three-prong receptacles on the circuit, versus just having the two-prong or not having the GFI and then putting the three-prong outlets in. What it does, if you skip the GFI and go ahead and replace two-prong to three-prong, is it gives a false ground. A prospective buyer might not know that, or even a homeowner who hires somebody might not know that if they're not it depends on the contractor, right? But to get updated and not have to pull in new wiring, you can place a GFI at the beginning of the circuits, and then therefore after the GFI you can put three-prong outlets, and that's how you can you can do a small upgrade to your home without doing a rewire.
Now, do you charge for individuals if they call you and they're doing the inspection? I know some trades they'll charge if someone to give quotes and give pricing. Does your company and yourself do you charge to go out and take a look at properties?
So I don't charge to do estimates. Estimates are free. I do charge to do home inspections. It's a flat rate of $125, and that includes everything that would be on a previously inspector's list and then some. So if I feel like there's maybe an issue going on with a certain part of the house or circuits, then I'll take the liberty of addressing that and getting a further look onto that.
Now, I know ballparks, different avenues. What kind of is there a rough idea? Is there a range? If you had to, let's say, rewire the whole house, I mean, what kind of ballpark would people be looking at?
I typically, like a house up to maybe like 1,800 square feet, you're looking at about anywhere from 3,000 to 7,000. I mean, it's a big window, because there's different provisions and there's different, needs. There's different, customization levels and things like that. I mean, it just ranges. But if you're doing a solid, basic rewire, maybe you even include a new service upgrade, a new service panel, you're probably looking at about 4,000. Yeah.
4,000. Yeah. So if you're still in the buying process right now, or you're looking to purchase, give Synue a call. His information is in the description. He can at least look things over. And I mean, I've known him a long time. If you have even any questions about just understanding, hey, I have an outlet here, I'm not really sure if it's GFCI. I mean, I know he'll pick up his phone and he'll at least answer some questions. And if it has to take it to the next level, we can go out there, give you a quote. I mean, you guys can kind of handle that. But a straight shooter right there. He might not be involved in every transaction that happens, yet in the ones maybe where it's an older home or you any kind of curiosity that could happen with electrical, get a trusted source like Synue to at least look it over so you have the facts available and you can put a stronger request for repairs together and make sure you're getting the right property that you're looking to get. Any last words of wisdom for anybody looking to buy their first property, or if they just bought a property, anything to really look into, that maybe small upgrades or things like that?
Well, I think that any kind of construction-based kind of work that might go into a home, or if it's a first-time home buyer, it can be pretty intimidating. But with the right experts and the right people there by your side, I mean, you can settle a lot of maybe angst or anxiety or pressure, maybe, because there's many ways to go about things, and it's not always about making a dollar. It's about just setting people at ease and giving them good advice, and basically just walking them through the whole process.
And you know what? It might sound cheesy, power. It doesn't hurt to get more knowledge. And if you're talking about, you said $125, that's usually what you charge for the home inspection thing?
For a home inspection, yeah.
$125. You mean $125 to protect you for what could be $5,000, $7,000 later? If you put in your request for repairs, maybe the seller will take care of half the cost or get the whole house rewired, and it'll protect you, or maybe take the whole amount. So spending $125 could be a huge advantage to you. Thank you again, Synue.
Better safe than sorry,
Exactly. Well, thank you again, Synue, and thank you everyone for watching. Please subscribe. Please reach out to Synue, or if you have any questions about your future real estate needs, I would love to be a resource for you too. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.